So I vowed that this episode would be far different. I will put myself in the shoes of Jack Walters, which means that most of my commentary will, in fact, consist of saying things like, it's locked, and it's unlocked, and I'm not touching that, and nothing of interest.
General notices. They're all dated 1846.
Interesting. 1846. What happened here in 1846?
General notices. They're all dated 1846.
A lot, apparently. Enough to fill 2 desks worth of general notices. Holy shit. Is that a dead body? My God. Reprehensible. Who could have done such a thing? Exactly who the hell am I dealing with? I need to make a note of this. Hold on. Hold on. May 2nd, 2022. While investigating the newspaper press, I discovered a dead body. I write in complete sentences and not shorthand, so this is going to take a minute. While investigating the newspaper press, I discovered. Uncovered, discovered. Which one makes me sound more hard-boiled and cool? I undiscovered, okay. Somehow my brain did that, but that's okay. It's my notes, no one's going to read it. And quite frankly, I think that's the coolest way to word that. So, I undiscovered. Dead body? Now, who made this body? Besides God. Who killed God's body? The devil? Question mark? No, I'll know that later. I'm sitting back in my office, deciding what to do with my life. If I ever have to go before a judge, we have a notation of that. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest.
Nothing of interest.
That's what I said.
From the stench in here, this noose broad must have kicked it a few months back.
One of the things that got me through my interview at the police academy before I was fired and had to resort to private investigation was my ability to determine the time since death based on smell alone. That's the kind of experience that few men are capable of cultivating due to the
budge.
inaccessibility of bodies at various stages of the decomposition process.
The door's bolted shut.
The door is no longer bolted shut. I'm free to open it. Something tells me that this town is harboring a dark secret that no one should ever harbor. Even if it is a harbor, which I'm not entirely sure that it is. I haven't seen any boats. Actually, I think I have seen a boat. Is this a harbor? What secrets is this harbor harboring? The plot thickens. You know, I am knee-deep in it. You want to go to the back alley and talk to me? I'll talk to you in the back alley. It's just dead end after dead end after dead end. If it continues on like this, I'm afraid that I might meet my dead end. And then where will I be? And then when will I be? And then who will I be? I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm just compelled to ask questions. I am, after all, a private investigator. And there's nothing more private than the inner machinations of my mind. I, Jack Walters, with a brain the size of a walnut, ask questions far beyond that walnut's breadth. That's what it means to be a private investigator. Letting your brain go beyond when there's nowhere for it to go. It'll go somewhere. And that place is somewhere in the real world. In the business, we call those answers. But sometimes answers only harbor more questions. As I look out into the city of Innsmouth, the town of Innsmouth, the village of Innsmouth. I think to myself, what a wonderful day.
Boys, we must fight, but the winds will shower our
Zadark, I am trying to concentrate on putting my notebook away. If you don't silence yourself, I'll have you arrested for public intoxication, okay? You need to take my advice and head home immediately. Do not drive, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You need to stand on your feet, Zadok. Come on. It's time to go home. I'll get you somewhere to sleep this off so you can wake up tomorrow and be a functioning member of society once more. I'll have a word with the local constabulary. Such a useful informant, if only he hadn't... Woman. Shit. She's just standing there. Menacingly. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, my
No,
hands
we're
are so sweaty.
We're bold and bold.
Scariest thing I've seen in this game yet is a woman. How could they put them in here? How could they put them in this game? Fuck. Fine. I'll talk to the woman. I hope that I'm not a dead man by the end of this. Haberdashery. I already look too damn fine for a haberdashery. Besides, I'm a detective, not a fashion icon. Yes, I may trend sets, I may set trends. But no, I don't do it intentionally. I don't make a career out of it. I do things with my life. I solve mysteries. I speak to people and make them feel uncomfortable with themselves and the world around them by asking questions. Questions that sometimes should not be answered, but should be, because the truth will set you free. I have a strange feeling I'm being watched. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
Just leave me be, stranger.
I can't believe that.
It won't open.
I just walked up to a woman and spoke to her as if she weren't a monster. Unbelievable.
Do you need any help?
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not scared or anything, my brain needs room to breathe with such limited space. Well, I can't say that was my finest moment. I've put little Ramona in danger. It's just how life is sometimes. You win some, you lose some. Her birth gave me such joy, so much that I still use the month, day, and year as the 4-number combination to my safe. In that order, starting clock. Okay. I don't know why you would feel the need to write that down in your journal, but okay. I gotta regain my composure after that one. I can't believe how detailed the information It would be one thing to just say that I use her birthday as the combination to my safe, but to go into such detail, I still use the month, day, and year as the 4-number combination for my safe in that order, starting clockwise. Like, okay, write it down. Why don't you just write it in a stepped list for me? Make it easy. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I come to you tonight with a heavy heart. On the night of this recording, I accidentally lost the remainder of the footage. As it turns out, when I tabbed out to check for the code for this safe, I somehow managed to hit a hotkey that caused OBS to stop recording. So my options are to recap the events as they unfolded, which is not very entertaining, or to replay the game to retrieve the footage so that you can experience it as well. And that is what I've decided to do. Now, the bad news is, I'm not going to put on the fucking trench coat and sunglasses again. But the good news is, I got another fucking trench coat. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jack Walters, and I am here to solve the mysteries of Cthulhu. Thank you for joining me here today, where we will uncover the mysteries of whatever the hell is going on here. What's going on over there? What is going on? I don't care what is going on over there. What is that? That's real mature. That's real mature, Jack Walters. Look, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that right away. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that right now. You are a primary source of information for me, actually. You are the protagonist of the game, so I'm gonna need you to get the hell down from there right now, sir. Can you get down? Jack Walters? Who is also me? I am Jack Walters? Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jack Walters. Will the real Jack Walters please stop hanging himself and pull himself together so that I can pretend to be his inner monologue? Thank you. Out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am Jack Walters. Never send a police officer to do a private investigator's job. Please evacuate the vicinity. Jack Walters is coming through. It is a private investigator's job to investigate privately, so I'll just sneak back here and investigate on my own while you guys go ahead and get shot up. You obviously don't know how to do your jobs. I believe there's something in here for me. I'm going to investigate thoroughly. It looks like there's a document here. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up.
It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
I don't think that my future is short or limited. I am Jack Walters, and by God, I am eternal.
We've been expecting you, Mr. Walters.
But you weren't expecting that, were you, buddy? I, Jack Walters, can't comprehend pictures of my own face, for they are too great even for me, Jack Walters. Hello, it is me, Jack Walters. Yes, nothing of interest, or everything. This is the most interesting room in the house, actually, now that I think of it. I was going to say nothing of interest, because that's one of my taglines, but actually, I find this room very interesting. Look at the cut of that man's jaw. That's me, Jack Walters. What a man. What a man.
There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
I, Jack Walters, am capable of identifying strange sounds.
He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull.
Oh, damn. Speaking of beams falling and crushing skulls, am I right? Damn. What a figure. What a guy. Reminds me kind of my ex-wife, Jacqueline Walters, as it were. Jackie Walters.
The crystal's still warm.
I bet it is. I'd be warm too if I were being cradled in the strong, capable arms of Jack Walters. I am Jack Walters. Jack Walters is here. Pardon me. This is my identifying stance. When people take pictures of me, it's always like, who is that man? It's Jack Walters. Jack Walters is that. Jack Walters has some funny initials because, you know, JW. He's an investigator. Why does he investigate? Because he's just wondering. The damn game crashed. Are you fucking kidding me? My dedication to this shtick has got to be through the fucking roof. I didn't even save, man.
It's too hot to pick up.
I knew that. I did it anyway. Thank you
take that
for
kind of
calling
job.
Jack
you get my
Walters.
cut?
I'm kind of in the middle of being amazing
hold
right
on.
now. What can I help you with today, sir? You've reached the offices. Oh, Jack Walters, please call back again sometime. Please. Sometime. Not now, but some other time.
What exactly?
Just wondering. You know who I am? Is the name Jack Walters ring a bell for you? Because I
This is it, stranger.
Aye.
End of the line.
am Jack Walters. Is this how you treat local celebrities? Because I gotta let you know, I'm quite the private investigator. I am the Jack Walters, and I have come to solve all of your problems. Don't worry about it. I'll get to the bottom of this, friend. I, Jack Walters, will in fact get to the bottom of this, friend. Jack Walters, Jack Walters, Jack.
Looks
Jack
like the door was
Walters,
forced
Jack,
open,
Jack
and there's
Walters,
scratch. There's a
Jack
bottle of bootleg
Walters,
rum and a wooden handle.
Jack Walters, Jack Walters, Walters, Jack Walters, Jack Walters, Jack Walters, Jack Walters, sneaking through the basement, falling down, big holes, more like Jack Florters, am I right? Now, I'm gonna show you why they call me Jack Walters by throwing a ladder through the wall as if it were nothing. Here it comes. Are you ready? Brace yourself. Jack Walters, ahoy. Man, oh man, I sure do have guns. For a man who's unarmed, these guns sure are steaming. I am Jack Walters. Thank you for asking.
The walls
Have a nice
collapsed.
day. Hey there, Brod. Good news. You can officially say that you've hung out with Jack Walters. Let me autograph your hand there. Yep. There you go. Tell your friends. They don't appear to know who I am. For some reason. In spite of the fact that I've been running around screaming that I'm Jack Walters the entire time that I've been here. Suddenly I feel as if I'm not Jack Walters. Why can I not be Jack Walters?
Sorry, stranger.
The name, sir, is Jack Walters. Remember it, people here. Unfathomably dumb. Fish-like. In their own little bubble. It's disgusting. When Jack Walters rolls into town, you roll with him. You do not roll against Jack Walters. He'll put you in your place like the motherfucker you are. I gotta say, this is great. I love that all of the cutscenes are unskippable. This is a time period that I wish I could go back to.
My name's Rebecca Lawrence.
I
and
am
unless
Jack
you want to join
Walters. It
Innsmouth's
is
long
nice
list of
to meet
missing,
you,
I'd urge you to follow
Rebecca
me.
Lawrence.
There are things that have no business being here. Foul, reeking things.
Strange.
Are you talking
Trust
about
me,
me? I get the
I'm good
impression
with
that you're talking
strange.
about me, but dang,
That remains to
boy,
be
are
seen.
you mistaken.
But
Let
I
me
can
tell
help you.
I
My father
Jack Walters,
discovered this
okay?
strange sign
Have you
while
ever read the
studying an old
newspaper?
manuscript.
Jack Walters
It
is
seems to ward off
usually
the
in it
more
wherever he goes.
unusual
All
elements
right.
in Innsmouth.
So foul and reeking are
Whenever you find one,
very,
you can
very
use it
rude
to find
to
a moment
I,
of
Jack
sanctuary.
Walters.
Now, I
I will
must
never
leave
mate with
before
you
we're seen
if you
together.
continue this discourse in this manner. All right. I know that's what you're after.
I've
You see a
seen
man,
that eye-like
a
symbol somewhere
well-dressed
before,
man in a hat,
but
asking
never
questions
surrounded
in
by a
spite of the
star.
apparent danger, and you think to yourself, man, that guy sure does get the Walters jacket. You know what I mean? So, if that's what you're after, what you really need to consider is how you're coming across when you call that man foul and reeking. He is a national treasure, alright? His name is Jack Walters, and maybe next time, you'll keep that in mind. Dame, Broad, and Hag. Too far? Well, maybe you should think about that. Alright, it doesn't feel good to be insulted, does it? Lady? Oh yeah, that felt a little better, didn't it? Lady, miss. Well, what if I called you broad all the time? You wouldn't, a foul-reeking stench of a female. Like a fish. Hey lady, you smell like a trout. You know, don't feel good, does it? You gotta think about that before you go talking to old boy Jack Walters that way, alright? I don't want to hear that coming from you ever again. The only time you should ever be describing me as large and in charge and ready to take on the world with nothing but a handful of moxie and a pocket full of guns. I don't actually have a gun at the moment, but I do have a syringe of morphine. If you're looking at it, come back to my place and, you know, inject some morphine into your veins. That's not a euphemism of any sort. I have a syringe of morphine and I am prepared to inject it into your veins. I am Jack Walters. That is what I do. You hear me? Okay, I'm just checking. Excuse me, poor people. I don't mean to intrude. It's just me, Jack Walters, local celebrity. No big deal. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of fortune. Definitely more than you guys. Maybe not the most impressive amount of money, but still pretty up there. Enough that you shouldn't call him foul and reeking. You know what I mean? Enough that you should show him a little respect because he might decide to pad your coffers. Jack Walters is a gentleman who cares for the poor, alright? Do you need alms? A fair woman? A fair lady of the night? Can I interest you in some alms? No? You know who I am, don't you? I am Jack Walters, alright? You should come back here immediately and accept my coffers. You'll need them. Just judging by your entire situation, what's going on here, you're gonna need my alms, alright? So you just, when I come back out of the house, I expect you to be on your hands and knees with a cup begging for Jack Walters to give you alms. Okay? I don't see that. You're gonna die in the gutter.
Little lady.
Because of starvation, probably.
Are your parents at home?
Oh, you must have taken quite a bang in there, Jack. Your head's bleeding.
Yeah.
Not a
I think it was
big
out of it
enough
for a
bang,
little
if you know
while.
what I mean. How about that
see you've got some
morphine?
bandages.
You want a little bit of
Use them on your
morphine?
head.
I
It'll
got some
help you
more. Let's go
heal.
back to my
You're not
hotel
losing
room
too much blood.
and inject
You
morphine.
won't need a...
What, Jack Walters? Is that making you nervous? Is it fucking sure?
Jesus, you crazy sap! Who the hell are you?
Jack Walters, private
me.
detective. And considering your
Jack
recent breaking and
Walters.
entering, how about I
Private
ask the
detective,
questions?
thanks for asking.
Have you any
And
idea who I am?
pray tell, are
No,
you? Because my,
I really don't care.
compared to some of the other
My
folks
family
around
has
here, you sure
influential
are quite
contacts
the
in the
looker.
order, so I'd advise you to mind your
Can
manners,
I interest
sir.
you in some morphine?
I'm from out of town. That sounds just swell.
That sounds killer. That sounds like the bee's knees. I, Jack Walters, accept your invitation to stay for free in this here establishment. Please furnish me a key.
sir?
My detective's instinct tells me they're trying to hide something. Of course, I could simply be prejudiced by their look and manners. They're almost ugly enough to get me believing those local tales of Innsmouth taint. Boy, I, Jack Walters, would sure love to see some Innsmouth taint. You know what I mean? If Gilman would just bend over and reveal his Innsmouth taint to me, it'd be like a free sushi bar. It would be free hour at the sushi bar. You know what I mean? I'd be slurping that up.